Double honors to our apostles and elders great stone the well. Citation to the hopeful elect that are scattered in the four corners of the earth, and our praises, glory, and honor be due to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Yeah, man, without further ado, I want to go into a short lesson, and that's basically heading into the digital ID or the biometric system that's about to set up here in Guyana. And not only in Guyana as well, globally, as they're getting ready to embark on this technology, which eventually will lead to the MOTB becoming mandatory. Or this is just basically a precursor of what they desire for or for it to be run, which eventually they're going to tell you, a lot of people are missing their cards, and they're going to come up with all kinds of way eventually by making this card difficult to use, and they're going to tell you, listen, hey, the only way basically for you to continue in this society is basically to take the mark of the beast, aka the microchip, under the skin. And also they're going to push the technology, whereas medically you're going to see a lot of transformation where the blind is going to be begin to see, the lame is going to walk, you're going to see arms, what we call robot, machine, and man be merged together. All right, all these things that Esau Edom is about, the technology that he's gonna bring out, is gonna cause a lot of people to praise his system, and everything that he does. And you can find it in the book of Revelation, where it says, all right, 13, I believe, where it says, they shall worship the beast, those names who are not found in the book of life. All right, and 2/3 of our people, they're gonna go after the system wholeheartedly, and they're gonna submit themselves to it. Which basically, you're going to take that piercing, all right, that charagma, which is placed in the palisade, which today is the modern day syringe. That market chip that is placed in that syringe and placed under the skin, once you take it, that's it for you. That's it for you. All right, and that's the final trespass against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakodash. All right, so in the background it says, attention, Guyana, Guyana, all will have the biometric card, facial recognition, everything there on it. Not having it will be hard to survive in this country. You can't work. The people who employ you will face serious penalties, Jack Deal noted. And which I have a video with him saying the said thing that is in the background. It says no, this is basically a comment at the bottom. It says, we have all will have all of their details. We'll have all of their details. And with the cameras that we are putting in, as we said, we are planning for about another 4,000 of those cameras that can recognize people. So once we put it in the biometric, they can identify anyone anywhere. All right, and that's all set up for what the Internet of Things do. All right, one big data carrying all information. All right, so let me touch on a couple of precepts. All right, and then we get back to the saying of the vice president. All right, it's at Micah 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. And this basically is talking about what? The elite of Esau Edom, the heads that govern the world. The scripture says, Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. The Rothschild, DuPonts, Bilderbergers, Morgans. These are some of the names of the elite families of the Edomites that run the world of wickedness as you see it right now. And all these governments or ambassadors of these lands, such as Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados, and in the world, they all submit themselves onto what the unrighteous decrees of Esau Edom in order to push this system. All right, in order to push this system and make it come alive. Right now, all these things basically is it's actually showing, all right, the coming of our Lord. All right, because this question was asked to the Lord, what shall be the sign of thy coming? The disciples asked, and when you go down, it talks about what all the prophecies such as race wars, civil unrest, famine, the missiles, great plagues, and so forth. All right, and these are just signs of the Lord's coming, but the end is not yet. Nevertheless, the Lord had given what the Apostle John the Revelator, which was exiled in the island of Patmos, all right, the vision and of the MOTB, which today we are in that time as well. All right, we're in that time, and we know that we're more closer more than anything. Oh Lord, these things, the MOTB has to become mandatory, civil unrest, race war, you know, mass death, great diseases and pestilence, you know, etc., which all would lead to what? Eventually to what? The World War III, which Babylon, America will be destroyed with terminal nuclear fire and with the laser beam that coming out of the chariot. And those are Amalek that is in the land of Israel. That land also will be purged with fire. However, purged with fire. It says, verse 2 of Habakkuk 2, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And we're seeing these prophecies are basically speeding up. All right. There was a time basically, we was looking to see, searching through to see how the MOTB, how is it gonna be set up. And now we're seeing that there's so many news about MOTB and basically the technology. you know the, you know there's no excuse basically for someone to say that you know what, the mark of the beast is not real, like how IUIC and all these other camps would stray away from the truth, right? Because they either have taken the bag, the money, or literally they are set for destruction. And I believe that the elect is among, these camps, and they're going to see this truth, and they're going to what? They're going to separate themselves from among those that have turned their eyes away from the Lord. All right? Now, is something wrong with using the card? No, nothing is wrong with using the digital ID card. However, when it comes to taking that charagma or the microchip onto the skin, all right, or in the forehead, that's where, you have sealed your fate for that destruction. That's where you have totally go against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and said, listen, I would rather be pierced, for the enemy, Esau, Now, I got a little video I will touch on, all right?
If you don't have that card, you can't hard to survive in this country. You can't be working because the employers People who employ you will face serious penalties.
Right. So basically, they're basically telling you that listen, we're bringing this thing, and if you don't take it, we're gonna make it difficult for you. All right, and we're seeing that right here in Guyana that they're daily exercising what they say. A lot of cameras are going up. Um, a lot of promotions on basically using digital apps. All right, um, going digital banking. All right, and we're seeing that the heavily influx of you know Chinese setting up basically supermarkets and businesses in Guyana. And we also know that for sure that China has advanced a lot in the digital technology. All right, and there's coming a point in time where these stores that are rapidly being set up, you know, you're gonna have to go to them to do basically business. And if you don't have it, the card, you're not gonna be able, according to them, to survive. But guess what? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai had said it. All right, He'd give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, to basically be guided. All right, within the time. All right, so it's nothing wrong with using the biometric card or the ID, but when it comes to taking the MOTB, if you take it, then again, Revelation 14 and 9, Revelation 16, grievous sores, and also what? Great torments, and eventually the nuclear missiles and the laser beams are gonna what? Destroy you. All right? Going on more.
When they check their workers and they don't have that card, to open a bank account, you need a card of that nature. To remit money to another country, because some people send money back home, we're here, you'd need that card. So we'll know everyone who is here in Guyana who is non-Guyanese. And we'll have all of their details too. And with the cameras that we're putting in, as we said, we're planning for about another 4,000 of those cameras that can recognize people. So once we put in the biometrics there, they can identify anyone, anywhere in the country at any time. So we can keep our country safe. Further, we have to pass laws to determine what rights people are going to have here if they are migrants.
Right. So basically, they're giving an insight or introduction and basically what they desire to do. All right. And they're telling you straight up, if you don't comply with this thing that we're about to set up, guess what? You're gonna be in trouble. Let me see if I get a. Give me a quick second. Okay. All right. So touching back on this. All right. It says yeah, kind. It says this is an article taken from X.com. It says Bill Gates and Tony Blair recently said that if you don't have the digital ID by 2028, you will be isolated from society. Right. So basically, they're all, and Bill Gates, or Kill Gates, and a lot of these Edomites, basically, their heart desire is to what? To destroy you. All right. Basically, to destroy you. All right. And the system that they're about to set up, all right, is basically eventually leading to what? To death. All right. The lifestyle of these people is death in itself. How much more the devices that they're bringing? All right. Let me get a next precept. Salakia, give me 1 minute. All right, so this is Psalm 68 and verse 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? All right, and this is basically this is Esau. All right, the heads. All right, the traps that they're setting up is the devices that eventually would lead to what the MOTB, aka the microchip. Verse 6. They search out iniquity, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them, and their hearts is deep. All right, because for many years they have run this program of pushing the MOTB. There's so many movies like Judge Dredge, even a lot of what's this call it, Back to the Future. A lot of movies that they had in many generations before, even up to this very day. You saw that they have molded the minds to a lot of audiences in believing in the MOTB being something normal, that you can go ahead and take it. All right, that's basically what Esau has set up. you know but we understand clearly, and with the fear of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we are guided within the scriptures to understand that this man, this devil, his desire is what? Blood, and to shed the blood of the innocent. All right, and that he's only doing according to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's will. All right, the thing that he was created to do, and that's to play the role of the wicked. All right. Now, with that, I hope that this video has been edifying and a ball to this wicked kingdom. Shalom Barakatah. Until another time.